So hello friends, this is Professor Rahul Krishna Jibavne and in the subject of heat transfer, today we are going to see what happens when tip is assumed to be insulated fin, insulated at tip, and its excess temperature distribution equation and one simple numerical based on it. So let's start today's video. So in a previous video we saw such kind of rectangular fin. Now in this fin, this is called the tip. This tip having a surface area W into T. But in comparison with the overall surface area surrounding this surface area, this tip surface is very small, so we can neglect it. So that means we are neglecting tip surface. It means we are neglecting heat transfer from this. There is a heat transfer from surrounding surface of this fin, but we are neglecting the amount of heat transfer from this tip surface. So in such scenario, we said that the tip is insulated. So fin having an insulated tip, that time the derivation part for excess temperature is different one. So first we will see that. So heat transfer from the fin tip is negligible since the heat transfer from the fin is proportional to its surface area. Everyone knows that according to Newton's law, heat transfer rate is directly proportional to surface area exposed for heat convection. But this tip having a lesser surface area as compared to overall, so we are neglecting this. And the surface area of the fin tip is usually negligible, a fraction of a total surface area of fin. So we know the generalized excess temperature distribution equation is theta is equals to C1 e raised to the power mx plus C2 e raised to the power minus mx. We derive it for this rectangular kind of fin. Now at a base of a fin where x distance is 0, that means where the fin is actually attached to this base plate, x is 0, so temperature become TO, that is base temperature, and theta become theta 0, that means theta T0 minus T infinity. So accordingly, if I put this condition in our generalized excess temperature distribution equation, so it becomes theta 0 equals to C1 e raised to the power mx. So x value is a 0, so it becomes m0 plus C2 e raised to the power minus mx. So it again becomes minus m0. That means e raised to the power 0, e raised to the power 0. And we know what is the value of e raised to the power 0? It is 1. So finally we obtain the relation that theta 0 is C1 plus C2, because this e raised to the power plus mx after putting x equals to 0 become 1. Here e raised to the power minus mx after putting x equals to 0, this also become 1. So we got the relation theta 0 is addition of C1 and C2. So we have this relation theta 0 C1 plus C2. Now at tip of fin. So at tip of fin where length x equals to total length of fin. So first condition when x is equals to 0, so we find this relation. Now applying second condition at tip surface where x value become L. So this is our generalized equation. Theta is equals to C1 e raised to the power mx plus C2 e raised to the power minus mx. Now differentiate this with respect to x. So excess temperature will be changed according to x. So d theta by dx is equals to C1 after differentiation of e raised to the power mx. So power m will be here. So in a multiplication, so C1 m e raised to the power mx, then minus m, this power will be in a multiplication with C2, so it become minus C2m e raised to the power minus mx. These are the simple mathematical derivation formulas. So accordingly, we got this relation. And we are talking about a tip of fin, where x having a value L. So d theta by dx, where x equals to L. So our relation become C1m e raised to the power ml, because s is replaced by L, minus C2m e raised to the power minus ml. So this is the value of d theta by dx at tip. Now applying the condition at tip, so x become L, t become TL. So at the length L, that is tip, so temperature is denoted by TL. So and it is assumed that tip surface having negligible heat transfer rate. That means it is zero, insulated tip. So heat transfer from tip is zero. There is a heat transfer from surrounding surface, but from tip it is assumed zero. That means when heat is zero, it must satisfy maximum temperature condition, and here we are talking about maximum excess temperature. So when Q at tip is zero, that means it is satisfying maximum excess temperature condition, and that is d theta by dx at x equals to L is zero. So this is maximum excess temperature condition. So at tip we have all these parameters. So we will use our generalized equation d theta by dx at x equals to L, and its value is 0. Then C1 m e raised to the power ml minus C2 m e raised to the power minus ml. Now we will shift this minus term, whole term, to left hand side. So it becomes C2 m e raised to the power minus ml equals to C1 m e raised to the power plus ml. Now m get cancelled, and if I shift this e raised to the power minus ml on right hand side, so it becomes the value of C2, but this C2 is in terms of C1, and to simplify this theta 0, we must have the value of C1 and C2. So right now we got the value of C2, but in terms of C1. So C2 equals to C1 e raised to the power ml, and in the denominator e raised to the power minus ml. So yet we don't get the exact value of C2. It is in terms of C1 only. So till now we have theta 0 relation C1 plus C2, and C2 having in terms of C1. Now theta 0, C1 plus C2, whatever be the value we obtain as a C2, we will put here. So theta 0 is a C1 plus C1 e raised to the power ml upon e raised to the power minus ml. Simplifying this, C1 will be a common, so 1 plus this. Then we will find out first C1. So we shift this bracket on left hand side. So C1 will be theta 0 upon 1 plus e raised to the power ml upon e raised to the power minus ml. Now after LCM, C1 become e raised to the power, theta 0 e raised to the power minus ml upon e raised to the power minus ml plus e raised to the power plus ml. So we are just simply taking a LCM in this bracket and then simplifying. So we get the value of C1 without any constant of C2. So now this is the value of C1. Now if I put this C1 value in a relation of C2, so C2 become, if I putting the value of C1, so it will be theta 0 e raised to the power minus ml upon e raised to the power minus ml plus e raised to the power ml into original values of C2 e raised to the power ml upon e raised to the power minus ml. So on simplifying this, e raised to the power minus ml and minus ml will get cancelled. So we get the value C2 equals to theta 0 e raised to the power plus ml divided by e raised to the power minus ml plus e raised to the power ml. So now we got the value of C1 as well as C2 without any constant. Now we will put this C1 and C2 in our theta 0 relation. So generalized equation. So theta equals to C1 e raised to the power mx plus C2 e raised to the power minus mx. So we will put the value of C1 and C2 here. So theta become this one. After putting the value of C1 and C2, the huge equation is there. Now suppose I am multiplying this here, so it will be in numerator. This e raised to the power minus ml will be in numerator of this second term. So we have this equation. Now in both we can take a common theta 0. So if I take a common theta 0, so in bracket it will be e raised to the power minus ml into e raised to the power plus mx. So it is in multiplication, so we will add the powers, correct? So e raised to the power minus m is a common, so it become L minus x. So simply we are adding the product and taking minus m as a common. Here we are taking e raised to the power m, positive m as a common, so we obtain L minus x again. So we have this relation right now. Now in this, we just shifting this theta 0 to left hand side, so we have only this bracket. Now we have to multiply and divide by 2 on both numerator and denominator. So actual value is not going to change, but we have to do this exercise to simplify the form, and we know that what is the form. So whenever there is e raised to the power, just like minus alpha plus e raised to the power plus alpha divided by 2, so it is converted as a cos h, hyperbolic cos h of alpha, correct? Now we will rearrange this. So this 2 will be in denominator of this numerator term, and this 2 will be in a denominator of this denominator terms bracket. So it will be like this. Now in this, if I apply this formula, so here the value of alpha is nothing but a m in bracket L minus x, and here alpha will be the ml only. So if I apply this hyperbolic cos, so theta upon theta 0 will be cos h m L minus x, and in denominator cos h ml. Hopefully you know this basic mathematical formula. Okay. Now if many time it is given in a temperature form, so theta stand for T minus T infinity, theta 0 it is stand for TO minus T infinity. So in terms of temperature, this relation will be T minus T infinity upon T0 minus T infinity is equals to cos h ml, sorry, m L minus x and divided by cos h ml. Remember this relation whenever it is asked to find out the value of temperature, suppose at x equals to L, so we will replace this x as a L, and then we will reach to the final form when calculating the temperature at length, tip length. Now we will see the heat transfer rate. We obtain this relation theta upon theta 0 cos h m L minus x divided by cos h ml. Now rearranging theta 0, I am shifting to left hand side, so this is our relation. Now differentiate this with respect to x, so d theta by dx. Theta 0 having a value T0 minus T infinity, and both the temperature are not depend on the x distance, so it is constant. Cos h ml, m and l both are the constant. What are the figures of m? So m is a square root, correct? Square root of all parameters, and that all parameters are constant with respect to x. So theta 0 and 1 upon cos h ml are the constant. So we taken outside and differentiating only d by dx of cos h m l minus x. So after simplifying, we get the value minus m cos h becomes sin h m l minus x. Now at a base where x is 0, so if I replace the x value as 0, so d theta by dx at x equals to 0, it will be equals to theta 0 minus m sin h m in bracket l minus 0. So it become simply sin h ml, and in denominator cos h ml. So sin upon cos, so we know the relation, it become minus theta 0 m tan h ml. So we got the relation theta d theta by dx at x equals to 0. Now flow rate. So using Fourier's law, Q is equals to minus k cross section area d theta by dx at x equals to 0, and we already know what is the value of d theta by dx at x equals to 0. It is minus theta 0 m tan h ml. So we will put that value. So our relation will be Q is equals to minus k cross section area theta 0 m tan h ml. So minus minus become plus k cross section area m theta 0 tan h ml, hyperbolic tan function, tangential function. Now what is the value of m? So m is a square root of hp upon kac. H is a convective heat transfer coefficient, p is a perimeter, k stands for thermal conductivity, and a is cross sectional area. Now this outside of square root k cross section area, if I shift into the square root, then it becomes square. So when it becomes square, so I can cancel this k cross section area with that square term. So we obtain our regular equation, square root of h pack theta 0, but additional term is tan h ml. So remember friends, when we talk fin without insulation, so our heat transfer rate will be h pack theta 0. If tip is insulated, then additional tan h ml will be attached to our relation. So insulated tip fin, heat transfer rate is h pack theta 0 tan h ml. Now during solving the numerical, we have to find out m value separately. If we replacing theta 0 in terms of temperature, so Q will be h pack T0 minus T infinity tan h ml. So we will see one numerical, and that will be our end of today's lectures. Following are the specification of an insulated end circular cross section fin. Remember, if shape or dimension get changed, then your cross section and perimeter will be changed. So here it is mentioned circular cross section fin. Length 25 centimeters, so convert into meter. Diameter 2.5 centimeter, convert into 0.025 meter. Base surface temperature, that means T0, 100 degrees centigrade. Heat transfer coefficient. So from unit we can identify this is the value of H. So 20 watt per meter square Kelvin. Surrounding air temperature T infinity is 30 degrees centigrade. And it is asked to calculate tip temperature of fin if a fin is made up of copper having K 380, and if it is made up of brass having K 110. So we have to find out tip temperature. Two conditions: when it is made up of copper, and second when it is made up of brass. Now remaining conditions are identical. So if I try to draw analogy or sketch, so it will be like this. There is a base plate, same diameter, same length, same surrounding fluid, and two different material fins. First, copper, so having a conductivity Kc. Second time, brass, so having thermal conductivity Kb. Remaining terms remain same. So H value, T infinity, length, diameter, even though base temperature, all remains identical for both the fins. Now we know what is the relation for insulated tip fin, T minus T infinity, T0 minus T infinity. Why we use this temperature form? Because in data it is given that base temperature and surrounding temperature. If it is given in terms of excess temperature, then we will use theta upon theta 0. So we will use temperature form T minus T infinity upon T0 minus T infinity is equals to cos H m L minus x upon cos H ml. We are talking about temperature. If we are talking about heat transfer rate, then we have to use H pack theta 0 tan H ml. So we are talking about only temperature. So using hyperbolic cos relation. Now here at tip where x is L, so temperature become TL. So if I put x value as a L, so it become cos H m L minus L, so it become 1. So we got the final relation TL. T become TL minus T infinity, T0 minus T infinity up is equals to 1 upon cos H ml. This is the relation of temperature at tip. Now we have two options, copper rod with insulated tip. So for copper rod, what is M? M is HP upon Kc copper into cross sectional area. If I put the values, so perimeter will be pi d because it is circular. Then cross section area will be pi by 4 d square. If I put the numerical values, so M will be 2.9 for copper. For brass, M will be HP upon Kb into cross section area. If I put the values of perimeter and cross section area, so identical diameter, so perimeter will be the same pi d and cross section will be again same pi by 4 d square. If I put the values except Kb is different, other parameters having the same identical. So Kb is 110, so accordingly I got the value of M 5.39. So for copper rod, we got the value M equals to 2.9. Now if I use this relation, so TL for copper minus T infinity is 30, base temperature 100 minus surrounding 30 is equals to 1 upon cos H ml. M value is 2.9 and L is in meter 0.25. So we have only one unknown, that is TL. So for copper fin, tip temperature will be 84.92 degrees centigrade. Now for brass, M value 5.39. If I use this M value into our relation, so TL minus 30, 100 minus 30 is equals to 1 upon cos H. This M is 5.39 into length 0.25. So only one parameter is unknown, that is TL. So for brass, tip temperature will be 64.08 degrees centigrade. Okay. Many times in practical, it is asked, they don't provide much data, they just ask which fin having a higher tip temperature. So copper having a higher thermal conductivity as compared to brass. So rate of heat transfer will be more in copper, so tip temperature will be more. So accordingly we obtain for copper 84.92 and for brass 64.08. So thank you friends, this is insulated tip fin. Now the very small portion